Well, g'day guys, and welcome back today. Another live stream for you this week. Wow, how exciting! Did have to push this one back just a wee little bit due to work actually. Didn't get home until about half an hour ago, so put us right in the firing line for the live stream schedule time. So we'll have to work that out. Hopefully for next week. It won't happen again, but welcome back to another live stream, weekly live stream. We're happy to be here on a Wednesday and quite happy I didn't have to push it back until Thursday like originally planned because, most people probably would have already been sort of working towards their Easter plans. We'll just give it a little bit, wait for a couple of people to jump into the chat, guys. Say g'day if you're here. And of course, if there are any technical difficulties throughout this stream, as always, let me know down in the chat. G'day, Unpro. How you doing, mate? Good to see you in there with the same question this week as it was last week, mate. Still the same answer. Unfortunately, no one. And this YouTube channel is my girlfriend. Actually, it's I put most of my time into this, so yeah, that's probably the closest accurate answer. And good to see you in here, mate, and thanks for waiting half an hour, I suppose, and actually coming in. I know that we are literally contending right now with Shad's video, so to do Shad a favour, I will, if I still can, put in the redirect link to that video after this live stream is finished, so you guys will be redirected over to that video if you haven't watched it already. So it's going to be a cracker. He's been in a couple of state forests lately, and looking forward to watching it myself after this live stream. G'day, Ed, mate. Nice to see you as well. And Scotty, hope you're doing well. Oh, sorry, Scotty, mate. Yeah, I was actually stuck at work pretty late today. I actually got home just about 5 minutes after 7, which is when the original start time was supposed to be. I was going to actually postpone it until tomorrow night, but I thought no. After a polite reminder from Stephen, who said most people will be on the road tomorrow probably, or working towards their plans for Easter already. And so I thought that would be good to start tonight. Now, on the topic of stickers, thank you very much, Ed, for mentioning that. I got a couple of testers here in the mail. So I did already receive one of these before in the mail, and I ordered a couple of more just to see the consistency of quality, and I'm pretty happy with these. I got 2 more of these Next Level Adventure stickers, and this is the first one that I have received of the Pajero Sketch. How awesome is that? So that right there was done by Gavin from Car Paintings CH, or Gavin Online. He's the same bloke that did these sketches for Bronnie Dahl ages ago, and that's when I actually first came across this guy, and so I got him to do up a sketch of the Pajero for a sticker, and safe to say I'm probably going to get a more detailed coloured sketch done up of this for the t-shirts and stuff like that. G'day Ryan, how are you, matey? Yeah, well, that is true. Shad is... We are competing with Shad right now in his video, but I just said before that I'm going to see if it'll still let me to put up a redirect link at the end of this live stream to send everyone over there to watch Shad's video. It's going to be a cracker, I'm sure, as well as if you guys haven't already checked out Ed and Unpro's videos for this week, it's probably worth doing that as well. So they've got 2 up as well, I believe. Maybe Unpro's was last week. Not too sure. I haven't been doing the best with keeping up myself, so yeah. Well, guys, there's a couple of you guys in here, so the list is a lot shorter this week to talk about compared to last week. There's not really much has changed. The Ranger is still in the same condition that it was in last week, as yeah, we just haven't had any real time to complete that job just yet. And likewise with the Pajero, she's still banged up with a loose wheel bearing, so I haven't been able to get out and do any filming this week, but that kind of sucks. But on a positive note, I have actually fully mapped out now kind of like a route for me to follow on this little trip that I want to do through Midwest New South Wales. showing kind of my favourite spots of the entire region that I discovered over the last year. So I finally have the map laid out for that, so really keen to chuck that into production basically as soon as I get the chance, really. Like probably sometime next month I'll get around to doing that. So yeah, really keen for that. And I'm actually really just keen to get out camping again, you know. Since the move back, haven't actually been able to do it, and I'm really chomping at the bit to get out again. Turn the camera and show us your missus. Well, there's no one there quite good enough. Right here, don't have one. How are you, Josh? Good to see you, mate. The old reset. He's popping off as well. Josh on his second video, still up on YouTube, guys. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. Absolutely cracking. Worth going over and checking out. Reset Adventures. Up and coming YouTube channel for sure. Give it 6 months, he'll have more subs than us. Absolutely, without a doubt. But yeah, I'm actually really excited now that I've got these stickers, guys, to order some more. So all those guys who did, in fact, send me stickers or give me stickers of their own, I'll be sure to send you guys the same back. I'll give you guys a sticker each in return. They took about, well, I ordered them the week before I moved back to Sydney, so it took about 4 weeks in total to get these, and I believe that they are shipped from the US. But the quality, as I've seen, I've got one on the Pajero, one of these ones on the Pajero, and I'm pretty happy with it. It hasn't come off or hasn't shown any kind of blemishes or anything yet, and it's been on there for a little while. Yes. Hello, Jake, darling. How are you going? Seen you at the traffic lights this morning there, Jake, on the morning run to work or whatever you were doing. Something, yeah, just how could you miss the nav thing in all of its mighty glory? So that's exciting news about that series being put into production. Same as kind of last week, that kind of mentioned that I had a rough itinerary. Well, now I put that itinerary into the maps and I've plotted out what I want to do. And how much time is going to be needed for that? Well, I'll probably sit down and have a real good proper look at the areas. So I've scoped out all the places that I want to stay campground wise, and then I'm probably going to have a look and say, okay, well, in this region there's this and that, and just kind of plot out how much time I want to spend in each particular spot, and then we'll move from there with a time period that I'm going to need. So yeah, that'll be looking forward to that, and yeah, really keen to actually get back out into some of these spots. And that's all right, Josh, mate. I'm looking forward to your next one too. Hopefully, yeah, you can get out there and get some filming done shortly. That'd be awesome. Josh's video has been popping off. I know he's only got 2, but yeah, really impressed with how they're going so far. Quality's great. Yeah, that's right. After the old isolation, so Jake's unfortunately copped the ISO stick. We were due to film a video on his Navara and his new tub rack setup, and then yeah, he copped the isolation, so we haven't been able to do that. There are a couple of videos like that, as said 2 weeks ago in the live in the works. The Ranger and the Navara, both want to do videos on them. Not too sure what Lockie's doing with Patrol, whether he's going to add some more stuff in or change a couple of things up, but we'll probably wait until he makes his mind up on that, until we do a video on the Patrol. So with that little series going into production, we also have another little trip that's in the planning as well, and that is with our good friend Steve from Mud Ducks 4-wheel drive touring, who he has actually left us a little clip that I will play in a few minutes here to do with the plans for our upcoming trip with him. So as mentioned last week, the plan will be to head to Fraser Island with Mud Duck. The aim is for about 10 to 12 days, depending on, of course, who else goes. So there are a couple of people that have been given out kind of the information about that and have been asked to come along. Of course, Dad, Jake Lockie, you know, all the usual that you'd see here on Next Level Adventures will be coming along. And but Steve's got a few people that he's asked as well, so there might be quite a large group heading out. Steve will explain that in a little bit more detail in the clip that he's got, and also in a video that'll be coming up once we actually set in concrete everything. I know Steve is booked and paid for and everything like that, but we all aren't yet, as just things are going at the moment. There are a couple of things that are up in the air that we just need to settle before we make this commitment to the full 12 days or whatever Steve wants to do. Steve's on for 12 days. The rest of us, that's kind of that's what's up in the air. We're not 100% certain yet. It's all going to depend on a few little things, which will hopefully be ironed out in the next couple of weeks. I am not going anywhere this Easter, as stated at the beginning, as to why, as the truck's still sitting out there, unless I take the old V8 daily for a drive somewhere or a hike somewhere. Might do that, but the plan actually is just to clean out the shed. We have so much old camping gear here that we don't use, and so we're just going to clear it all out, see what we can actually reintroduce into our setups again, and stuff that we genuinely don't need, then we're going to probably pass on or sell or something like that. So that's the plan for this Easter weekend for us. Right, you guys out there, let us know what you're doing this Easter. Yeah, it'd be awesome to see some of you guys maybe going away and stuff like that. I have not reached out yet, Ryan, yet. It feels weird saying my own name, to Mr. Buckaroony or Camping Down Under. I probably should put that on the to-do list, actually, whilst I remember. No excuses for that one. I genuinely just forgot to do it. And I probably should get onto that, as yeah, from what I've heard, you know, you mentioning and stuff like that, it seems like a good little thing for growing channels there. And yeah, I reckon it'd be awesome to get on and also talk with some of those people, because well, we watch them and it'd be awesome. So I reckon. Yeah, right, Scotty, that's terrible to hear, mate. Hopefully you guys are all good. Have a safe Easter inside, mate. It'll be bloody busy everywhere you go. So, yeah, I mean, it sucks not being able to go camping, but at least you can still spend the time with your family, even though you've got to spend the whole week with them. You might get sick of them, but no, mate, I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope everybody is well or gets better. Yeah, nice to see there, Ed, that you'll be heading off again, mate. We'll be doing a video on that. Really jealous of where you live, Ed. I love that whole southern region down there, Victorian High Country, Kosciuszko and all that. I'm so keen to actually get back down there, to the point that I almost considered actually on my next single day off, just packing me swag I got the old V8 Commodore and just fanging it down to Jindabyne, just chuck it out for a night. You know, I'll probably get bogged down there in that thing, but I mean, I love it down there, and I'm really excited to get back this year. Yeah, nice, Pro. That's bloody good, mate. Good to see you and Shad still going strong after your anniversary there the other day, mate. Congratulations on that as well. Hopefully you guys have a bloody good time. Pajero State Forest near Tumut. Well, that's sounds like similar region to where he went a couple of weeks ago, or maybe it's in this video tonight. But yeah, that's on the list for me. I really want to check out that region down when I head there next time. Come in from the Goulburn Way and just hit that whole area down on my way through to Cooma and then down to Jindabyne. I think that would be awesome. Hopefully, planning maybe 2 days. If I can get 2 days down there, just doing that. Maybe have a night in Pajero State Forest or around that area, and then the second night in Kosciuszko. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I've mentioned it so many times. I'm really keen to get back down that way, as a lot of my trips over the last 12 months have been obviously Midwestern and then also north. I haven't really been south a lot at all, except for maybe I went to Yalwal about a year ago, and that was probably the last time that I went south. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am. 6 kids, goddamn. Condolences, mate. As said, though, I do hope everybody gets through all right and that they have a good week. I ended up getting COVID the day before I was supposed to move back to Sydney from Mudgee. So at that point, I'd stopped working and everything, and then it just sort of hit me, and I'm thinking, wow, timing, hey, just perfect timing. But yeah, it turned out all good in the end, mate. And I only felt like hell for about a day or two, and then just it was all good after that. So it's the worst in situations like that. I mean, I was all by myself when that happened, but say if only one person in your family has got it, you go through 4 days of isolation, then another person gets it. We've got to spend another 7 days. So it can end up being quite a long time. You've got to spend in isolation if you haven't all got it at once. So yeah, fingers crossed turns out for the best, mate, that you can get back out camping as quickly as possible. That's what we all like to do. As I said before, I'm really keen to get out camping again soon. Like really keen. It's been a while actually, and coming up in a couple of weeks. So the next couple of videos here on the channel are going to be post-trip videos. So the 2022 Adventure Series finally just finished here on the channel. And so that was 7 episodes. That was a really awesome trip. We all loved that. All the boys had a great time, and we're actually really grateful that we were able to do that. Some of the spots that we got in that trip, now you got to consider the time that we went. So we left on New Year's Day. So this is like peak time for coastal regions and stuff like that. And so we left at peak time to go away, and then we had a brilliant time. Everything kind of went to the schedule for the first 3 or 4 days, and then we got absolutely bucketed on. And so we had to change our plan up, and man, I could not have asked for a better outcome. And in fact, I'm actually really glad that we did change that plan. And it just all worked out so well, man. Like, Josh came along there from Reset Adventures and met us up in Wallabadar and just gave us all this information on Waterfall Way and coastal waterfalls and stuff like that. And that, to be completely honest with you, really saved that trip, because we were really up in the air at that point. We're thinking, damn, we can't really go up and spend a couple of days in the Barringtons like we wanted to. We might have been able to spend 1, maybe 2 days up there, but we had like 4 days planned up there. And with the torrential rain coming in, that really just wasn't a good idea. So Josh gave us all this information on these waterfalls, and we just followed the highway for the rest of the trip. And as I said, some of those spots, man, like at that point, by that time, we were in the first in the first week of January there, and going to like peak coastal spots, and we managed to snag a spot in Diamond Head Campground. I'll tell you about that. So Diamond Head, you've always had to book Diamond Head Campgrounds. It's probably one of the most similar national parks campgrounds to a caravan park. You got to book literally site numbers, check in at the bloody office there. Like that's always been Diamond Head. And we were in Dorrigo. Just went to Danga Falls, and we were in Dorrigo Showground, and we're thinking, right, we need to plan ahead the next couple of days camp spots, just in case we get to a couple that we had on the list that were full. And so Dad comes over and he says, yeah, we should try and get into Diamond Head. And we're all thinking, oh yeah, no, it'll be booked out. So we looked. There was one spot available for the one night that we wanted to stay. If we wanted to stay any longer, unavailable. Like, there was literally one spot available for one night. And so we booked it. And then when we got there, the bloke said, yeah, mate, if you can fit all your cars on the one site, go for it. And so we were cheering about that. That was just an awesome trip. And I think that we got some really awesome destinations in there. It was a big trip. Like, that was 2 weeks we spent on the road. Really happy that we got 7 episodes out of it. Different style of editing for me as well. That's really the first that I put in continuous commentary over an entire series of videos. Kind of locked it all into one big, massive story. I will probably eventually add in one big, long, massive video with them all combined together and put it up just so it's in one place, just so people don't have to watch all the different episodes, or maybe we'll do it as a live stream in a few months' time, where we watch all of that back again in one big go. But there's a good couple of hours worth of content there for sure. That's good to see there, Scotty. Sorry it took me so long to get to the comment, but Hawks Nest over Anzac weekend, mate. Fingers absolutely crossed. Beautiful down in there, just at the bottom of the Mile Lakes, is it? down there. If you go up in there, we stayed at the Wells, which is not too far from there. I believe I'm in the right spot. So yeah, we chucked the old tinny in there at the Wells, no, at Mungo Brush Campground in the Mile Lakes, and putted up the lakes. That was bloody awesome. You can also get in up the Mile River there to Bulladila via the water if that's what you're into, and it's completely saltwater lakes as well. So there's some good fishing in there. Yeah, but great spot, mate. Definitely will be packed, but I reckon you'll have a cracker of a time. Fingers crossed nobody has COVID by then. Very good, Ryan. Josh should be very pleased with that. And up to 86 already, man. 2 videos, 86 subscribers. That's fantastic. You know, the numbers speak for themselves in terms of the quality, mate. Good job, Josh. Just powering along. That's something I really like about doing these live streams as well, is that all of us little smaller channels, kind of like a little community going on here, and some of the bigger ones as well. But you know, I really like the fact that, you know, we're all like Josh, Steve, Shad, like we all know each other. We're all friends, and it's just good to kind of support each other and just have this little community. And we often share subscribers as well. Like, you guys know their content, our content, and it's just awesome when you're at this smaller level. You know, this below 10,000 subscriber range, and you just get to really personalize kind of things like live streams, like we get to chat to each person individually, you know, and stuff like that. It's really awesome, and it's one of my favorite things about actually doing these live streams. You know, if I go over, and I bet when I do go over and watch Shad's video after this live stream, I'll probably see a few of you guys down in the comments section, stuff like that. It's just, that's what I like about being a small YouTube channel. So yeah, hopefully the community of all of our communities continue to grow together. So it's really awesome. Yeah, I agree, Steve. It definitely is, and I think it's quite unique in a way as well. You know, like just how good it is to have all these smaller channels getting along and just kind of knowing each other. You know, I think that it just makes, it's another benefit to this. It makes it absolutely worth it. You know, my favorite thing about this and doing YouTube is inspiring other people to do this. You know, I wish, to be honest with you, I mean, I'm only young, but I wish I started doing it when I was really young. You know, like, and I was traveling around in the van and stuff like that, and I mean, it would have been awesome. You know, now I've been lucky enough to travel a lot of Australia as a kid, you know, and show people. That would just be awesome to do. I think, I reckon now that we've started doing this together, I think it would be awesome to actually go around again to all the places that I visited as a kid and show you guys. YouTube is a fantastic place to store all of your memories, you know, and it's also a really great place to make friends. There we go. As Steve just said, I've made some fantastic friends off of this platform that, well, like, I talk to all the time, like almost daily. You know, that they become really good friends of mine, and I mean, that's awesome. I couldn't be happier and more thankful for that, and as well as I get to now via these live streams as well as the comment section, but the live streams provide a more real interaction between me and you guys. You know, sometimes, especially on the old Facebook platform, I'm hopeless at replying to direct messages, you know, between work and this. Time is very scarce, so doing the live streams, it's such a real interaction, as well as a good catch up for the blokes that I do know and I am mates with. You know, it's awesome. Yeah, Scott, I do agree. I do agree with that to a sense. Yeah, it's kind of hard to distinguish that, because a lot of people, when they get bigger, whether they intend to or not, that kind of happens to them. It's kind of like this unconscious thing that just sort of happens, where they just get so big they need to continually improve and improve and improve, and they just, I wouldn't say that they lose touch with the audience, but there's just so many people to keep in touch with that it just gets a little bit overwhelming, and then you go, oh well, I can only, you know, reply to such and such and this and that, and it just, you know, it's it's hard. So it's kind of unconsciously happening as the channel grows bigger, bigger, and bigger. And well, I hope it doesn't happen to this one. I hope that I can continue to keep a good level of interaction between myself and you guys as the subscribers and audience, followers and friends and all that sort of stuff that are in the chat, you know. Yeah, Josh is popping off tonight, mate. Don't forget, Josh, the check, you can send it in the mail, mate. Yeah, you know, for the mention. Well, guys, I'm going to actually, whilst I remember, our good friend Steve from Mud Ducks 4 Drive Touring is not here tonight. He is somewhere in bloody whoop whoop, you know, way out there in the Darling River. I think he's in Broken Hill. And so he left me a clip to play for you guys tonight about our Fraser Island trip. And so I will play that. It's a couple of minutes long, so I'll jump in the chat as well while that clip plays. And so please welcome everybody. Old Steve from Mud Ducks 4 Drive Touring. He's going to talk about our Fraser Island trip. Here he is.
Steve from Mud Ducks 4 Drive Touring. Ryan has allowed me to put a little video into his clip for this week's live stream. I probably won't be around for it because I will be away. Anyway, I'm just here posting quickly without taking up too much of Ryan's time to let you know about a few things going on with my channel and with Ryan's channel. I was going to film this outside, but I can't film it outside, it's raining. Who'd have thought it? I'm packing to go away. I'm leaving tomorrow, and of course it's raining. It does this to me every time. So briefly, what I'm doing is I'm heading up to New South Wales western area, starting from the very top, up near Lightning Ridge, and we're going to do the Darling River run, finishing at Wentworth. We may take some detours on the way, and hopefully we'll get a lot of that filmed for you. That won't be out on my channel until May, June, something like that. I can't actually recall, but it's I've got about a 10-week lead time. So yeah, probably June, maybe even July. So sorry if you don't want to wait, but that's how long it takes me. Anyhow, that's what I'm doing now, so that should be a multi-parter. So hopefully that's a pretty good one. In August, Ryan touched on this last week. In August, myself and Ryan and his dad, hopefully, and a few others, we're all heading up to Fraser Island now. It's basically a boys' trip. And I'll be taking the Ranger for its first camping excursion on a longer trip without backup, like without Karen being there. So I'll be camping with the Ranger and doing that a little bit old school, because the cruiser's better set up, as you know, for touring, but that's what we'll be doing. I'll be filming that. Ryan will be filming that. We'll work out when we're going to release them, whether we release them simultaneously or whether he does his series first or I do my series first. It doesn't matter. Pretty sure everybody who watches this channel watches my channel and vice versa. So it'd be good to get the two different takes on what we're doing in Fraser Island now. Very quickly, I've worked out a rough itinerary for it, which I don't have in front of me, because as usual, I've made no effort at all to figure out what to tell you. But just quickly, we'll be going onto the island, heading inland immediately to camp at Central Station area. We've got a couple of days in that area, and what we'll be doing is running around those inland lakes. Of course, Lake Mackenzie, but there's a few other lakes in there that we're going to have a look at. We're going to go coastal, do a day somewhere near Eli Creek, camp around the Mahino Wreck area on the beach camping. Going to break that up with a trip over the west coast just for a night, somewhere Wynyard Creek area, quite possibly. Back to the coast again, then we're going to go north up to the other side to Orchard Beach, Indian Head, do some time up there. Go up to Sandy Cape. Camp up there for a one-nighter up near, not far from the lighthouse. And on the way back, we'll probably do a single night at Dunderbar or something, just so we don't have to run the whole length of the island. We'll film everything we can in that time, and hopefully it winds up being a good one for you. So Ryan can touch on a bit more from his point of view anytime now. He could have been pausing for all I know, and if he has, good on him. I don't blame him. So hopefully it's not too convoluted the way he presents it. If I'm in an area where I get reception, I'll be on the chat, but if not, well, I'll see it down the track. Anyway, I'm not going to take up a mile of Ryan's time. This is his feed. It's not my feed. It's not Mud Ducks 4 Drive Touring feed. It's Ryan's feed. So thanks, Ryan, for giving me the opportunity to pop this little video in. And by the way, guys, shameless self-promotion and a plug here. I'm wearing one of my new coloured shirts. These are always available for pre-order if anybody wants one. I can't stock them, I just can't. So pre-order them, and there's a long time frame wait on them. Let me know via Facebook or email if you're interested in these. These are around about $50. Don't mean to take over, Ryan. Sorry, mate. Delete this if you want. Also, I've finally got my website. It's semi-shopping site, semi-website up and running. You probably see it there in the background. Mud Ducks 4 Drive Touring .company.site. Geez, I'm professional, aren't I? You can get a bit of other merch there, which is print on demand type of stuff, so it takes a lot less time to turn up for you. I've tested some of the shirts and they're quite good quality. Ryan has a similar site with similar merchandise, so check that out if you haven't seen it before. Ryan can tell you after I've played this. Alright guys, that'll do me. Thanks very much. We may go into more detail. I'd love to be able to put a video together with Ryan about more details on the Fraser trip, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see each other between now and then, to be honest. But anyway, we'll see how we go. Thanks to Ryan, thanks to everybody for watching, and we will catch up with all of you later. And as we do love to say here at Mud Ducks 4 Drive Touring, just get out there, enjoy the bush. Cheers guys, we'll see you on the next one.
Well, speak of the man himself and he shall appear. G'day, Steve. How you going? So that's a little bit of a detail there and shameless self-promotion from Steve at Mud Ducks 4 Drive Touring, who we all know quite well. And so he's got all the deets about the Fraser Island trip, and so yeah, a lot of good places that he'll tick off that list for sure when we head up there. So Steve's planned out the itinerary. As you just heard a rough one, we will do a video on the detailed itinerary before we leave and before we get onto the island, so you guys know everything about that and what to expect. And hopefully everything goes to plan. But if anything goes like our last trip, the trip plan may potentially change. We'll see. And yeah, as I said, Mud Duck has his website up and running. I do have the same website, however, I have not got any stock still. Like I said, just got these stickers in today, so I'll be ordering some of these. But the plans with these stickers is to send them out with the orders. So if you order something, then you'll get a free Next Level Adventure sticker. If you order 2 things, well, maybe I'll give you a Pajero sticker as well. So, I mean, just look at how awesome that looks right there. That's a solid sticker. Solid design there by Gavin. Absolutely awesome there. So to touch base a little bit on the Fraser Island trip again. So Steve said we're going in August. So we're still a couple of months away from that. So how we're going to work that out, I don't really know whether or not you'll see it on our channels at the same time or you'll see it on Steve's first. But we'll work all those details out in due course. At this point, you'll be getting weekly live updates from me regardless of whether I have a video up or not. So you'll still be hearing from me as the date gets closer, and I'm sure that you'll be hearing from Steve as well. So yeah, really excited for that. Now, as you heard Steve mention in there, he runs about 10 weeks video schedule. That's a lot. That is an incredible amount of effort, and that really just shows how much effort is required to keep up the weekly videos right now. Next Level Adventures is running on about 4 weeks. So since moving back to Sydney, I have not been out filming. And I do try and keep a little bit longer, but I also enjoy keeping the videos quite recent as well. So I am looking at getting out quite soon as I'm able to, down south ways, as said. So everyone's getting a good plug-in tonight. Reset Adventures is close to hitting the 100 subscriber mark. And Steve, I'm sure you're going to get a few pre-orders, mate, after this video. Yeah, I definitely reckon Mud Duck should do a live stream, mate. You should do one from Broken Hill or Silverton or somewhere where you are, mate. That'd be great, I reckon. If you can get the connection, just stick a coat hanger up in the air or whatever, I reckon. Ah, yes. Does Steve play guitar? I'll let the man himself answer that one, as I don't know. I would assume that he does play guitar. I don't know why I'd have one there just for show anyway, but yeah, be interesting to find out. I used to a little while back, but probably couldn't play to save my life at the current point. Well, how is it out there anyway, Mud Ducks, mate? Are you enjoying the scenery out there on your trip? I mean, to be fairly honest with you guys, the setup for these live streams is, you know, fairly simple in all respects. Like, I'm using my phone as an external camera. That's why you probably notice that I'm not looking at it all the time, because the computer screen is here. Like, that's a view of the computer screen right there. But I just find that the iPhone camera work is just so much better quality than the FaceTime camera on this computer, and that's a little bit extra. The way that I've got it all set up here is a little bit extra. You really don't need all of these things to do it. You don't have to have the side chat in the window. You don't have to have, you know, the Next Level Adventures banner and stuff like that. But I just choose to put it in there. It's really as simple as just having a streaming software. I use OBS Studio, and you just click the button and hook it up to your YouTube channel, and it's literally as simple as pressing the button. As long as you've got the camera on and your microphone, or you can even use the computer microphone, you know, like I said, I've just gone a little bit extra, gone for the lapel mic and headphones and all the extra stuff. Just because I intend to do this weekly, you don't have to do all of that. You can definitely get started on way less. So yeah, I reckon that some tunes around the campfire on Fraser will be awesome. As said, like Steve's plan is set in stone. I believe he's already booked. The rest of us just have to pull the trigger on that once a few minor details are sorted out, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, and then we can pull the trigger on booking that as well. There are a few of us, so we just want to all make sure that we are on the same page before we do that. So as you know, I don't know if anyone is familiar with camping on Fraser, but you require permits and booking the barges, and each individual zone requires permits for camping and stuff like that. So we've got to sort all that out. Shouldn't be too difficult, but yeah, we'd all like to do that together, so we're all on the same page. Yeah, there's a bit extra of the old headset there, Steve. That's right. And I'm actually really happy that this lapel mic works, because I actually lost the microphone on this headset, so I can't use it. So that's why I'm really happy that this little guy here does work, and that I can use it on here, because I'm not too much of a fan of the default computer microphone. It goes all right, but I much prefer this one here. So yeah, been on for 42 minutes at the moment, guys. We have covered every topic that I wanted to talk about tonight, so we'll just be sitting here for a little bit longer, just talking with you guys in the chat. So yeah, if you guys are in there, make sure you say g'day. I have noticed that the chat is still on subscriber only mode. I really am not sure how we're going to be able to fix this. Yeah, I don't know. I think it might have been a setting that was in before the stream was set up, that I might have just accidentally ticked a box there for subscriber only mode, so only subscribers can type in the chat. So sorry about that, guys, if there's anyone that is not subscribed right now that is watching. But I suppose there's one simple way to fix that, I suppose, and that is click the subscribe button, and to be able to chat in there. So I will hopefully have that fixed for next week as well. Guys, if you have not already, go and check out the Instagram. It's right here. If you guys are not following us on Instagram already, and there hopefully will be a few nice new photos of the Pajero with its new Next Level Adventures decals coming up shortly. So yeah, they're really keen for that. I've got the stickers, here they are, right about here, so you can see nice big long ones to go across the windscreen there, so that'd be good. Just need to put them on actually. And here's the other two. So got a couple of crash pad stickers and stuff. Like my crash pad sticker actually came off the end here, peeled off the window, as well as me GoPro stickers and stuff that I want to put on. So that'll all go on the back of the car there, with the new Next Level Adventures side stickers right here. That'll go on the window, and then the big one on the back, and this big guy here with the YouTube on it there, Next Level Adventures. So oh man, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. Shad Donahue, wow, how you going, mate? Nice to see you. Hope your video is doing well. Everybody here will be coming over to watch your video in a little while once we wrap up things here. So we're up to 45 minutes. We usually hang around here for about an hour. I try to keep it around the hour mark. I won't go too much over. So good to see you, mate. And yeah, wow, 200 views already. The damn thing's been up for 20 minutes. I'll be lucky to get 200 views in a week. That's fantastic, Shad. Congratulations, mate. Well, you've been really putting in the work as well, so it's good to see still going off. And that whole region down there, man, is really on my to-do urgently list. As I said before, I'm really keen to get back down south, as I haven't been down that way in, well, yeah, like over a year. Most of my trips recently have been either north or around Midwest and West, have not been south. So really fanging to get back down there to, yeah, back down to that region. Yeah, Shad's been going hard lately, Scott, with the Ultimate and the Cruiser. Yeah, it's a great setup, I reckon, what you've got there, Shad. For you, you can't get much better than that for your purpose. You know what I mean? It doesn't even look like it takes that long to set up and be set up. And good thing is, mate, with that camper is that you can sit put somewhere for multiple days at a time, as like 100,000 people have seen you do on the Turon River there when the river rose up. So yeah, I reckon you should watch it, Scott. Definitely. Oh well, yeah, it's good to see everybody's in here tonight. Yeah, certainly, Mud Duck, they do, and as said, well deserved there. I think we all wish our clips went off like Shad's do, mate. You do very well there on the views every single time. So yeah, that's fantastic. Oh, you do have a couple of swag trips coming up. Oh well, you know, it's always good to get a little bit of you know, diversity in there. I actually thought about doing the same, but you know, I don't know if I can go back to a swag now that I've got the rooftopper on there, man. Thing's awesome. So hopefully that rear wheel bearing is fixed within the next week, and I can get my ass out camping again. That's the intention. I'm not sure where I'll go straight away. That will depend on how much time I have on my hands. If I've got 2 days, I'm absolutely heading down south, going down through Tumut Ways, and then I'll probably stay a night in that Bago State Forest that Shad and Steve have been talking about, and then I'll head down and do a night in Kosciuszko. You know, the last time I was in Kosciuszko National Park, gee, it'd be coming up on 2 years ago now. Pajero was not lifted. I hadn't even bought the crash pad yet. I slept in the car. And I just don't feel like that video does it justice, because when I went down there, it was snowing like all hell. It was awesome. I love the snow, and it feels like another world. But it was awesome. But they blocked the road off at Perisher, so I could not go up to Charlotte's Pass or any further. And so I'm really keen to get back down there this time. Hopefully the road's not blocked at least. But like this iPhone camera right here, man, it's fantastic. You guys wait, in about 3 weeks' time, the Nunes to Glowworm Tunnel hike video is coming up, and just pay attention to some of the scenery shots. All the scenery shots on that hike are filmed on this phone. That's right, iPhone 13 Pro Max on cinematic mode in the camera. Man, it's just a game changer. Absolutely, that was just fantastic. And so I'm really aiming to have all of my film quality at that level. That was just awesome. And I don't know if you notice, you see how the camera focuses in and out a little bit. When it's in cinematic mode, it's just absolutely amazing. So pay attention to that stuff in that video, and hopefully when I get down south next, I can use it and get some awesome scenery shots of like the snow-covered peaks down in Kosciuszko and stuff like that. Maybe even do the Kosciuszko range walk if I'm down there before it snows, because I think that they do close it when it does snow. So yeah, we'll see. And Scott, I reckon that will be a good video to do. So Steve's got his Ranger, and Dad's got his Ranger. I've got the Pajero. Jake's got his Navara. It's good to go, mate. And actually, on the note of comparisons, we all have different rooftop tents now. So I have the Drifter Wildland 1.2. Dad has the Dune 4-wheel drive 1.4, which has the same outer hard shell as the Drifter, but with an added piece in the middle. And Jake has the King's soft top rooftop tents. So we will probably do a comparison video on that the next time we all go camping, because they are probably 3 of the most commonly bought rooftop tents, or at least each of them, like each category is covered here. You have the big massive 1.4 hard shell, 1.2 hard shell, and the soft top. So we might do that. Cinematic mode, chew my battery, no. Only when I have HDR on. So HDR, high dynamic range, basically it just allows more light into the I actually turn it off because Final Cut Pro, which is the editing software, does not like HDR footage. Turning HDR off does not affect the quality on editing or anything like that. The cinematic mode still works perfectly, but to make a long story short, no, I didn't find that it chews up the battery, but the files are quite large. The thing that I like the most about cinematic mode on the iPhone is that, so you will see in that video, when I do a panning shot and the focus actually changes from the front to the back, well, if I've taken a shot and I don't like how it does that, I can actually go into the settings on the iPhone here, go into edit the photo, and change the focus after I've taken the shot, which I just think that is awesome. Cannot do that, I don't think, on any DSLRs that I know of, and that really just made it worth it for me. I want to buy one of those little DJI Osmo handheld gimbals to make my hand movements a little bit smoother, and it even works really well on the zoom. You'll see in that video coming up, as I said, about 3 weeks, there are some kangaroos boxing out in the middle of Nunes campground there, and I zoomed right in on them, and still the cinematic mode worked perfectly. I was so happy with it. So yeah, I mean, I would buy another one of these phones just for a camera. Like, I'm pretty happy with how it's going at the moment. I've got the GoPro 9, GoPro 10, and this phone, and the next purchase will probably be a drone if I can, just get my hands on one. Probably a DJI Mavic Air 2S, and then a DSLR camera for photographs, a really good one, and that'll just be us set. That'll be everything that I need. I've got the iMac for editing, and I've got Final Cut Pro, that's the editing software that I use, and I've got all the tools for editing, like Epidemic Sounds and stuff like that, as well as all the audio microphones and stuff to make good quality videos, and that's really what I'm pushing towards for this year. Is just really good quality videos, and I have said this a couple of times in the past, is that I will do my absolute best to keep up with the weekly uploads, but I would much rather skip a week and put out a really good video than put up a video every week that's kind of crap. So that's definitely the plan for this year. So that's just, hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully I can keep up with the weeklies, but if I don't, that's the plan. We're not disappearing, but we will continue to put up just good quality videos. That's the most important thing. Unpro will be in the Cape when we are on Fraser. Wow, mate, that's another bucket list trip that that I'd love to do for sure. For certain. Cape York, yeah, I think it's on everyone's bucket list. I don't think I've got the balls to go down Gunshot Creek, but still just being there, man, that'd be awesome. Will you be taking the van up there, Steve, or will you be going old fashioned, mate? I guess if you're planning on taking the whole family, you might have the van with you. That'd be interesting, I reckon. I think that that'll make for a good little series, mate. If you decide to film that, if you don't, all good. But yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, no, Scotty, the main reason for this is to preserve my memories, really, and of course, it's the way that the videos are produced now is for people to be able to watch them. Of course, for you guys, the audience, the subscribers, to watch them. You know, when I started doing this, I really didn't think ever that even 100 people would be interested in what I was doing, let alone now where, like, you know, 1.35k subscribers, and I'm so thankful for that, man. Like, I'm just absolutely blown away whenever I think about it. I still remember being like 200 subscribers, thinking, man, imagine what it'd be like to be at 1,000, and just here we are now. So these days I do produce the videos to be watched by an audience, but that also means that when I go to watch these later, say if I go in a few months, which I do, I still often watch some of my older videos for the sake of the memories, and they're so easy to watch because they're produced for someone to be able to watch them. And I do go out and make the videos for you guys now, and I do intentionally go out with the intention of, I'm going to go out and make a video for YouTube, and it pushes me to explore, and it pushes me to be adventurous and get out there. As Steve said before, just getting out there, it pushes me to do that, which actually is really, really good. Like, I've been loving exploring and stuff like that, so it's a good motivation. But as I said, I've been doing the weeklies for a while now, and I don't think that I've put out, you know, anything that's absolutely shit. I mean, during lockdown, there were a couple of, you know, ones that I'm thinking, well, I just need to put a video up, you know, just at this time, because everybody kind of was a bit bored at that point in time during lockdown. But when it comes to good quality videos, I like to think that I've been putting out good quality videos all the time, and been making memories. So I guess everything else is sort of a bonus, you know. The memories are up here on YouTube, and I have a great community here, you know, that we've been chatting for a while as well. And it just kind of, all the benefits kind of stack up and stuff like that of just getting out there, I reckon. Yeah, wow. 2023, Ed. Oh, Steve taking the old GU, swagging it. Wow. 1995, Shad. I was -5 then. Wow. I'm looking forward to seeing that one, Ed, as well, mate. That'd be good, seeing you head up to the Cape and do all around there. I don't know when I'll actually get to it, but I'm hoping. I don't think it will be this year or next year. No, this year the trip's planned out. I've got the Midwest trip, I've got Fraser, and then next year I really would like to do Tasmania at some point. Time of year is still being decided at this current point in time, because it obviously snows in Tasmania and I don't really want to get stuck somewhere in the snow. As cool as that would be, like, I really want to explore a lot of Tasmania if I go down there. So that'd be awesome. That's fair enough, Scott. Like, that is how this started. Like, I was genuinely just putting up home video that was like, I was talking a little bit to as if I was talking to an audience, but that audience was anticipated to be me. And so some of the older videos, like my first ever videos, are just like recounts of what happened, or they're like 1.5 hours of just unedited video, or some of them are even like 2 hours long. And then it wasn't until like my best mate Jared and I, we sat down and we're thinking, man, maybe we could start to help and inspire people to get out there a little bit more. And just, at that point we had people going, hey man, like, you got any recommendations for here, like, what are you doing here, what stuff do you use? And so we're thinking, all right, well, let's just start making some videos for the audience and for the people that are asking us all these questions. And then it just took off from there. We started making our trip videos a little bit more informative and stuff like that as well. And eventually those videos that were memories to us, well, they were still around, but they were just formatted a little bit different. And that is the underlying thing about this entire channel, and the reason why we decided to put so much effort into it, was to help people, was to inspire people, was to show people, hey, this is what we're doing, or hey, this is what we're using, and this is how we do it. Just to go, for someone to go, yeah, wow, I want to go there, or yeah, that's going to help me on my next trip, just to help people out and inspire them to get out and explore. And as well as I said, it motivates us to get out more as well, because I especially want to create content for you guys, to inspire you and to help you guys see. Maybe I'll go to a place that isn't an area that you're planning to go, and you didn't know about that, or you haven't heard much information about it before, and I can just help you out in that way. That's a really big thing for me, is inspiring people to get out and just give them some inspiration. So yeah, I reckon a trip with Ed would be awesome. I honestly think that if we all made our own four-wheel drive show, we'd give four-wheel drive 24/7 a good run for their money. I reckon. A little bit more about the four-wheel drive touring around, and just going to some lesser known about locations that are awesome, rather than flogging the absolute nuts out of your four-wheel drive up a hard track. I've got to admit, their production quality is absolutely fantastic. You can sit there, watch a whole hour episode of four-wheel drive 24/7 and thoroughly enjoy it. But you wouldn't catch me doing half of the stuff that they do. I enjoy watching an hour-long episode of one of Steve's videos where he's just touring around, just as much as I enjoy watching an hour of Graham and Sean ripping the shit out of their four-wheel drive. So, go figure. Absolutely. Any of us would be lucky to be like Shad, especially in the views department. We've just hit an hour, guys. Well, time certainly does fly when we're doing these live streams. So as said before, I do try and keep them around about the hour marks. It's like 8:30 now. Well, some people would be getting ready to head to bed, I reckon. Who would bring the Taylor Swift MP3s? Yeah, well, that's one way to scare Bigfoot off, mate, isn't it? Start playing that stuff out there in the woods. The owies won't come near you, that's for certain. Yeah, right. I definitely think, though, that would be Mud Duck. Mud Duck would be the one to bring the Taylor Swift MP3s. Yeah, mate, those cameras are quite ridiculous. Like, as in, they're awesome, but the price is quite high. Like, if I had a $20,000 camera, you would not catch me standing waist height in a creek with it. But that's what they do to get their production, and that's fair enough. They make a fantastic production. I have to say, like, the quality of their videos are absolutely great. That's why they've almost got 1 million subscribers. They're popping off. They're going good. But I am happy with my GoPros and my iPhone at this moment. It does me, and I think that you know, the quality of the videos are pretty good. They're on par for what we're doing. So yeah, as much as I'd love a $20,000 camera, there's other things that I'd much rather spend 20K on for sure. I reckon I could still put out a pretty good video, certainly. Well, guys, I reckon we might give it just about another 5 minutes here before we call this one off. Been really actually liking, ever since setting up this new iMac, just how good the stream quality has become. You know, during the last COVID lockdown, I was using the little old MacBook Pro, and we did have a little bit of issue there with stream lag, because that little thing could not handle the stream, especially an hour-long stream. Well, right now I could confidently sit here and stream for hours and hours and hours at a time, and have confidence that this iMac, there'd be no issues with the stream quality and stuff like that. So, I mean, I've even set it up a little bit extra, as I said before, external camera running and stuff like that. So I definitely think the stream qualities is definitely much better than the ones that you might have watched during lockdown. And so I haven't scheduled any more, but I do plan on doing another one of these next week and the week after and stuff like that. So you can just expect weekly updates. Most importantly, guys, come in, say good day, have a chat. That's the main thing about these live streams, just to kind of bring the interaction back here, and so you guys get some real-time update. As I mentioned before as well, Steve said it himself, he's got like 10 weeks worth of videos scheduled up there. Motorbike out in the background. Steve's got like 10 weeks worth of videos scheduled up. So with these live streams, you guys get accurate, now weekly updates on what's absolutely going on this very second, rather than hearing it like 4 or 5 weeks after it's happened. By the time the video comes out that will tell you guys I've moved home from Mudgee, well, I would have been back here for 5 weeks. So yeah, just good thing about the live streams. Yeah, you're right there, Mud Duck. All their in-car footage is on GoPros. I've seen the rig setup that they use. Bloody awesome in there. And if I had a couple of more GoPros, I probably would do something similar. All of my in-car footage is just the GoPro on the stick out there a little bit. Oh yeah, that's close enough. Just talk, and then due to obviously the noise of the tires, I just kind of edit the audio a little bit in Final Cut, and that's that. So yeah, I still think that they do good for like I said, for what it is. Well, guys, I believe that may be time for us to begin to wrap things up here for this week's live stream. Just towards the end of this, I will just have a look now to see if I can put on the redirect feature. So I don't know if it's going to let me, because we have already begun the stream. But here we go. I would like to redirect everybody, after this stream has finished, over to Shad's videos. So no. So apparently it will only let us redirect you to a video of mine. So with that being said, I will, as the stream ends, leave the link in the chat to Shad's video, so you guys don't have to go searching. You guys can go and watch that, and be sure once you are finished watching Shad's video that you go and watch Unpro's video this week, and Ed's video this week, and Josh's last video, and everybody else's video who's in the chat tonight, guys. Make sure you show them the support that they deserve, and if you haven't as well, be sure to check out the entire 2022 Adventure series that is now completed on the channel at Next Level Adventures. As said, that was a really awesome trip. Love that as well. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the finale on the whole trip in the comment section of that video, guys. I'd love to hear from you guys about that. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching, and be prepared for the link and right about now. So there you go, guys. I just popped it down in the chat below, so head over and click on that link. that is a redirect to Shad's latest video right there. Go watch that and then go check out everybody else's video for the week, guys. Don't forget, if you have not already, to click the subscribe button right here, as well as check out the Instagram if you have not already, guys. So thank you very much, guys, and we will see you next week for another live stream. And don't forget to tune in this Friday to see the post-trip rundown of the Pajero. Was all the money that I spent worth it? See you on Friday, guys. Anyway, see you next week, guys.